Zepla reacted to this video of yours. No, man. Another one quits.
Put this clip up.
It's my stream highlight, chat. Oh no, man. What do I say here? What do I say here, man? This is a young person problem in my own. Bro, I'm not young. Edgekun thinks I'm like 12, chat. I might look young, chat, but I'm almost 30. I'm fucking old. They're saying it's a young person's problem. Dude, I'm not young, man. Let's normalize stepping away from FFXIV or any game between big content patches. Yes, I agree. Okay, don't jump into. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared. What are they saying? Monka, dude, this isn't even an official video.
I saw it this morning. Why I stopped playing FFXIV? Why? Stop playing FFXIV, Savix. He's
Listen,
playing...
Zepla, I love sorry, not World of Warcraft. I love FF, but every time I logged on, I couldn't find something to do. Okay, let's just watch.
WoW right now, which I am too, but I'm also like I don't see myself stopping playing FFXIV at any point. Right now I'm playing it super casually and just kind of hopping in to do my island and doing my tribal quests here and there when I feel like it, and my retainers. Like I'm on kind of maintenance mode, just chilling in the most casual way imaginable. Like every now and then we'll go and do the variant dungeon paths, but that's nothing too crazy, nothing too time consuming while we're waiting for the patch. Can you imagine the views, reacts you get if you release a YLF FFXIV video? Yeah, I mean, I could. Could just cash in on it while everybody else is. I'm not gonna do that.
I think KY is such a big deal if people don't enjoy FF. The thing is, they have a great community, but I got the feeling if you don't agree with them, you will get stepped on. Kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Not all of them, of course, but I got that feeling from a lot of people.
That though, because
No, I don't think they suck. I don't think they suck. I like it. I like the FF. It had a special place in my heart for sure.
I haven't left. I'm not going anywhere. Stopping is a strong word. It gives a strong impression. Just saying taking a break. Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break, Zepla. I'm gonna go back and do MSQ in the future, of course. Right, Chad?
Stop does not imply it's permanent. But let's just hear it out. I'll probably skip around because I did hear it this morning, but...
Oh, she already watched it? Did they dissecting me? I don't want to get dissected. Okay. I'm gonna dissect her. Explaining my dissection. Just like me reacting to her. Okay. Every MMO runs out of content. Right. And that is the argument they make a lot, the players. Listen, I love FFXIV. I had a blast. Raids were super fun. I love
nice
the
mount.
character developments. What do you mean nice mount? Okay, Zepla, if you're watching this ever, I'm on beta. They only give you one mount. I have a much cooler mount here. What do you think about that one? Huh? Wow. Dude, if she thinks that's my main mount, I'm gonna be upset. That is not a nice mount. But I feel like at the end, I've run out of things to do. And yes, every MMO you run out of things to do, but at least WoW, you still have like Mythic Pluses and PvPs where I could spam and have fun. Gotta crush the ratings, of course. FF just didn't have that for me. I love the game, and she's frowning, dude. I'm in trouble, man. I'm in trouble by the teacher, Ken. On it all day long, but I couldn't find something to do. If that makes sense.
I mean, that's something that I've complained about a lot. And it's something that I feel like people coming from WoW, it's a little bit jarring once you get to endgame and you realize that there's going to be, like, it's just not set up in the same way at all for endgame. It's set up in the way that, like, you're expected to just wait for the content to come around. There's going to be slow patches. There's going to be content lulls. And if you're not used to that and you just fall in love with a game and you want to play it all the time and you want to be in it all.
Yes, that was me, chat. I fell in love with the game. I really did, but I just felt like I didn't have a lot to do later. When I'm on the roller coaster of the MSQ, it was just going up and up and up and up, which is what a lot of people that played WoW felt. But after they beat the MSQ and did a few raid, they're like, "What's next?" Right? And they couldn't find that. What's next? I think Pine's gonna feel that once he beats MSQ. There are a lot of other streamers. Pine's my friend, so I could talk about him. There are other streamers in FF where they were like popping off with the MSQ, but after they finish, it's just like nothing to do almost. It's either you RP or just do like old raid, right? I want more than that though. You'll see what I talk about here. You'll see.
All the time, and we do like spamming stuff and like,
Unlucky misclick.
Unlucky misclick.
Boop. Yo, thank you so much, Mr. Sacha.
all kinds of shit in all the time, but you're not really finding it. You're not finding like that sort of gameplay to be rewarded very much in FF. It can be jarring and like it's sort of hard to adjust to, I think. Another thing is with World of Warcraft, one thing that even when I was sort of just not very interested in it, every now and then I would pop in to do like really casual farming of appearances and mounts and minions, just adding shit to the collections tab. Like once a week you can pop in, try to kill a Lich King and leave, right? And that's sort of a evergreen replayable content that you have because of the way the collection system works in that game. And that's why I've always wanted FF to really improve the transmog system, like the glamour system, glamour collections, mount collections, minion collections, and stuff like.
I'm glad she kind of talked upon this because I've said the same in raids. I know FF has the most fair loot system, which is very nice in the game, but if you want the game's raid to be relevant, which I don't think they'll ever do, but in WoW, people go and do the old raids still to get Thunder Fury, right? There's like items that you really want to farm and it has a low drop percentage, which sucks. And FF is doing the right thing to give out the people loot fast as possible so you're done within like 4 weeks max, right? Everyone's just decked out. But I think they should still have mount drops that are like low percentage so it gives them an incentive to go redo that again. Besides just parsing, because I know parsing culture is really toxic. They need some rare loots so people go and do them again. And players that go raid, we have the hype feeling, right? For example, when I'm doing Nixxiom MS 25 man, when Betrayal of Humanity drops, it's a really strong axe. I batch as hard, right? And you get that excitement like, oh man, that last boss, even though I don't want to do this shit again, that last boss dropping the gear is crazy. And then a lot of people come watch to see that reaction, right? It's kind of like Payo playing Season Mastery for the 100th time, Classic WoW again. But when he raids, people are there to see for that loot excitement because everyone has that excitement feel. FF raiding, it doesn't have that excitement feeling of loot unless it's the first month, yes. But after the first month, you're decked out, you got your mount too, because mount's like 100% drop. Everyone's done, and then everyone just stops, or they're just going into parse again. I think they should add some rare collective items so that it lets the player go and do it again, and we have something to like nibble on for content, right? We're on the same page, chat? Good.
Even let you preview in an appearance tab, like what things do you not have that you might want to go get? Because a lot of times there were times when I logged into WoW and I was like, I just opened the appearance tab and like, oh, I don't have that. How do I get that? I'm gonna go and try to get that. Or you would do that with a mount, or you do that with a pet, right? I always wanted that for Final Fantasy because it's such a. It seems like it would fit so well in FF as a game that's like giving you a lot of casual things to do. That's on your own time. And so I think that's one thing that has added to WoW's replayability value that keeps you logged.
If they did, the Omega Casual FF Andes would go nuts about items being gate kept by content. What do you mean, dude? They're not going to do it anyways. Like they're not gonna get these mounts anyways, right? Like when you kill S8, you get that Fire Phoenix. They're not gonna get that anyways. But if they make a lower percentage, like people that go there would have the excitement to be like, oh shit, is it gonna finally drop? You know, that feeling. I like the loot feeling. That's why I play an MMO, right? The loot feeling is the hype. But they go in triads about how it's wrong that they can't get it. That's their own problem for sure. The raid's always there. It doesn't even disappear. In fact, if they want to argue about that, now this is a big topic, and FF players might hate me for saying this, but the Uwu, me going back and doing that and getting the item. Again, this is very, very sensitive topic. I think ultimates, if you haven't done it in that patch, they shouldn't get it. I might get shit on for this, but it's kind of like how mythics are done in World of Warcraft and Glad Mouse. I think it's a prestigious thing for the players to get when you were there at that time. Me going back and clearing Uwu when it's already dissected everywhere and all the guys are out and the level cap is super lower than getting it. It's much easier than when it was first out, right? I mean, it's like a thing, but canceled? No, I'm not gonna get canceled. I feel like it gives you... Never mind. Let's just finish the video, okay? Let's just finish the video. I hate FOMO with every fiber. Right, I'm just saying, FF already has a really good system that lets you do the content. If you haven't already done it, you can go back and do it again, right? But if they're gonna get mad at people for only letting the raiders get the loot, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because the game is already so well done in that stage, right? FOMO is good for business. I mean, it doesn't even have to be for business, right? Legendary weapons, no live content in FF. I think the older ones you can definitely do within a week or two. The newer ones, it definitely takes time. Me clearing DSR, it took 3 months. It was a long time. We were almost done a month, but we had some people trolling. We lost a lot of players. We had to look for new players, etc. Teach people the mechanics that we already learned. We had to do that, so it took 3 months. But FF already has so good of a system like that. I don't know why people would get mad about adding mount percentages. I'm all over the place. Let's just watch the video.
In all the time, even though with WoW, it's a difference in design philosophies, because with Final Fantasy, yeah, there are a shitload of mounts and things, but usually it's the result of consistent effort. It's not about the gamba.
I love
it's
gamba.
It's the result of a reward for your consistent effort.
I love gamba.
A reward for like completing some piece of content. And so I have all of that stuff in Final Fantasy already. Like all that stuff that I've wanted that I could put the effort into, and or I could just...
I don't know why people get mad though. Like if I didn't play Rogue in certain season and I don't have that weapon or title, I don't mind. I'm like, oh shit, that guy's the OG, he has it, right? Kind of like that tattoo in FF. When people have the tattoo, I'm like, oh shit, that guy's a legend. Like, okay, not a legend, but he's an OG, right? And if they have like ooh weapon, etc., I'm like, holy shit, that guy's kind of pog, right? And I didn't play at the time, so fuck it, I can't get it, but I can get the new ones if they ever do a new ultimate, right? I think they should have the mentality of that. I don't think people should get mad because they can't get old stuff, right? Come back, give me your money. Yona Gamba, sorry. I have like 50 mil in FF, maybe 100 mil. From just gambling.
Farm out. I've been able to do that. Like with every minion from every dungeon in Endwalker, every mount that I've wanted, I've been able to get through my effort put in. It's not about like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to try to kill this boss with a 1% chance and maybe I'll get it. But the thing is, with that different design philosophy that WoW has regards to collections, it does definitely make those journeys much longer. Like it definitely does make it take way longer for you to get that kind of stuff. And so there's pros and cons to this kind of a system, but that's just one example, right? I think that at the very least, having the glamour that you could hunt down in game to fill out your collections would be so nice to have in 14. I think it would help alleviate this problem that we're seeing right now with a lot of people feeling like there's just not a lot to do, even in a casual way. I mean, let me rephrase. Not a lot to do after you're done with like raiding and all the stuff that you've already wanted to do. I think it's a problem that mostly affects people that have been playing a really long time more than newer players, because when you're new, there's still a shitload of stuff. Like if you're new, you might have Eureka still to do, you might have Botcha still to do, you might have like just many hours left of stuff that like you haven't even scratched the surface of. But you play for a certain number of years and you do reach a point where you're just like feel like you're at this just waiting for the next patch to come around. Personally, I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. But
like I kept logging on, right? I kept logging on.
You said FFXIV lacks randomness. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I completely agree.
It's a blessing and a curse. I could agree with that. I could agree. We did Crystal. We cleared DSR. We did everything possible. I logged on and all I really did was stand in front of the house and just stand. And that's like 90% of the player, dude. Like my neighbor, they log in / what is that thing where you like go against the wall?
Lean / lean
thingy. And they just sit there. They're like statues.
She knows what I'm talking about.
Until somebody walks them and talks and then they start talking, right?
Well, there's G pose
too, so I was like, dude.
You can become a sexy statue and you can do a G pose though. So that's one thing that you could do. You could try going inside your house and decorating it. There's plenty of people that spend their time decorating houses. Like that's a whole section of the community. Is they spend literally all day. They never run out of content.
I'm at a hotel
ever because they just sit around decorating houses nonstop. I mean, you do need a house for that, but that is out there.
I can't play this anymore. I loved FX housing. I wish WoW had housing. They should invest into that, like fun stuff. So I went to play Lost Ark, and Lost Ark was a blast.
Lost Ark. You said this is why almost every single friend I have, once they're done with the FF14 story, they leave for Guild Wars 2, Steam games, WoW, or other games. When a new expansion comes to FF14, they catch up quickly and finish the new expansion. Repeat. So they just come back for the expansions.
See, she's talking to a viewer, and he's saying the same thing. They beat MSQ, nothing to do, so they go play other game. But I think that's the FF problem. They should throw in a bunch of biscuits so that the players can just nibble on those until the next patch, right? So they just gotta make some content for them to do. And that'll be good for their game. And their players will be happy too. People that wanna like stay on and play all the time. Like me, I like to stay. If I fall in love with the game, I wanna stay on that game and just play that game all the time, right? But FF, I ran out. Like WoW, I don't run out of stuff. But FF, I definitely ran out.
Only. But what about the patches? The patches are pretty stacked in this game. Like usually the patches are pretty chunky. There's a ton of stuff in every patch, honestly. So I feel like it's worth coming back for those. You said, for a work-life balance, I love FF14 as my #1 game, MMO. I can finish a raid tier, finish gear, and not fall behind for the next X months of not playing. Yeah, that's nice.
That's just done
that
in
is
2
nice.
hours.
It's refreshing. I would not necessarily want FF14 to change that much from what it does. Yes, I would like them to improve the collecting stuff, but if it were a lot different, and if it did try to suck up a lot more of your time, like in an aggressive way, it would be very difficult for me to play 3 MMOs at the same time.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, people don't play 10 hours every day. Okay, all the people I did DSR with, they all work from home. And in their times of work, they're still playing the game, right? So these guys play like 20 hours a day, but 10 hours of ERP and 10 hours of raiding. That was like 5 people in my group that did DSR. So most of them, they play all day, dude. They play all day. We're raiding. They're like, can you give me 5 minutes? My manager's calling. Then 5 minutes, they do a little Zoom call in there. Yo, I'm back. Let's continue the raid, right? Yes, you do have a good point, though. Some people that are like working a lot. I mean, it goes the same for WoW, though, right? And Tiny Win works. But like what Tiny Win said, patch is done in 2 hours. I don't think that's false. I don't think that's false. So true. I do that too. Yeah, there's a lot of gamers that just stay. All my rating people in FF, they all work home. They all work home. My dick is done in 2 hours. Yeah, Malachite too. Anyways, let's continue. Shall we?
I'm literally playing 3 MMOs, and I love being able to do that. I love not feeling pressure from FF, but I guess it is a question of how much.
I want to be pressured by FF. Like, I love the game. I even made an animation, chat. That's how much I loved it. I spent like a month or 2 drawing that shit. I liked it that much.
Pressure is needed. How much is too little pressure? How do you keep someone entertained and like that is really dedicated? They want to keep doing stuff.
People working from home is a real malonarity though. How would a construction worker work at home? The construction worker would not play MMO. He's banging his wife all day long, and he's probably playing a phone game, and he goes to drink beer at Wingstop to watch UFC fights. Yes. Yeah. I don't think construction workers will play WoW. Okay, let's say benefit of the doubt. Lost Ark homework takes like an hour or 2. World of Warcraft, there's no real homework. It's just 1 week and you fill the vault. But you don't even have to fill it all. You can just do one loot from the vault, right? WoW doesn't really have homework too. We're in an argument of having things to do in the game, right? You understand me? And FF just didn't have that. I know Maul hates the competitive stuff, but FF didn't have a really good competitive scene in my opinion. Like their Mythic Plus they just released. You just do it real fast to get some loot and you're done, right? There's no like IO score, there's nothing to push. Just do it a few times and then you don't do it anymore. Same thing with Crystal Conflict. Just get to Crystal, get your transmog, and you're done. Yeah, that's the whole basic thing. I mean, we'll talk about it more here.
They don't necessarily want to feel super pressured into it, but they would just want to have the options there. You know what I mean? How do you? It's a very difficult balancing act that they have.
90% of the private. Yeah, it's kind of like that, I guess. Flash lean. Listen, I loved FF, but I just ran out of things to do. I just ran out of things. FF. I do want to play it again, but I don't know what I would do if I go back, right?
So he's just going to wait for the patch,
Roleplay,
basically. It's like, I want to play again, but...
Yeah, I do miss the game, chat.
So he's just waiting for YoshP to offer more stuff.
That's why, if I wasn't a streamer or YouTuber, I think I'd play FF. But as a streamer YouTuber, I need to fuel my content. And I don't think I can just RP and type and smash my PP.
Oh, wait, what? What?
Sorry.
But not all the roleplay is...
in FF, but I respect. You get used to it. I didn't like it at first too, but you get used to it. Let's be honest, dude. Every roleplayer, they want to smash their PP, chat.
What the...
We're fine with...
Not all the roleplay...
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They want to smash their PP, man.
Smash your PPs.
I'm speaking out for the minority, chat.
Savix.
PvP. FF content is also bad besides a few community can't make YouTube content. You would ERP 100%. I haven't ERP'd ever, chat. I haven't ERP'd ever because I wanted to try it, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Yeah. Why is she reacting to this? Why is she reacting? Stop! I linked it, man. Oh my goodness. Alice, hello.
You said FFXIV's issue for a lot of people is that the end game is basically what you make of it. There isn't a you have to do this. I think a lot of people struggle with decision paralysis. Just take breaks because of a lack of direction. With WoW, it's easy.
She said she found it herself. She did, actually.
Not necessarily. I mean, yes and no. The thing is, I think with WoW has a lot of different ways for you to get power upgrades for your character and things that will make you feel like, oh, I'm really glad that I did that. Like, there's a lot of like little tiny moments of excitement for you and the different kinds of loot that you can get. There's just way different types of loot for you available out there, right? Like, right now they have the pre-patch event, and the pre-patch event gives away like free catch-up loot for people, and that's exciting for someone who didn't play for a while. You come back and then you kill a boss and you get a free piece of loot. It feels good.
I actually thought I would not do the event, but I ended up leveling like 2 of my characters, and I got the trinket. So it does really pull people in.
And it doesn't feel like you had to work too hard for it. They're good at like getting people hooked on the dopamine. Really are better at that.
They are, man. Super late B-Day gift. Yo.
Super late B-Day gift for the sex god Jagakad.
Perma Band. Thank you for the 4 month. I appreciate it. Much love, buddy.
In general. And what's the other part of the pre-patch? It's like, oh, if you kill the 4 different bosses, then you can get the trinket. And there's like the new dungeon that's out that also gives the upgrades too. But then again, I mean, every now and then we have the dungeons that do give the catch-up loot. Also, I think it's just more about like, how consistent can it be? One of the things that people really criticize the Criterion dungeon.
Zepla, if you want to fight for something, you should ask for Mythic Pluses. Mythic Plus... I can't even speak. Mythic Plus dungeons. And they should bring back the old dungeons, revamp them a little bit, add a little bit more mechanic on the bosses, and cycle those. I think that'd be really cool because FF has a beautiful amount, a lot of beautiful dungeons, right? And you kind of never do them unless you're just doing some leveling, of course. If they make some mythic dungeons and cycle through the old dungeons, I think that'd be super cool. And then give them IO score. So people have something to chew on and they're like grinding on that IO score, right? If they time the key. Kind of like WoW. Same as WoW. That IO score really carries Mythic Pluses in WoW. They just look at the number, they want to push. It's like the example I always make when I play Overwatch. You start at bronze, I want to get to silver, I want to get to the next, and eventually I get diamond and I'm satisfied, right? There's a lot of people that want to reach that satisfied number and fight for it, right? So if they have a Mythic Plus dungeon with all their old dungeons and have a point system, that will keep the players filled and never hungry for content. At least the PvE enjoyers. Most of them are PvE, right? And for PvP, Crystal Conflict was really fun. I just got turned off by all the cheaters and hackers and win traders. That was terrible for the game. It got fixed after like 2 months maybe, but I feel like they should have more incentives at the end so it keeps people from playing. Because most of my community, they just played for the MOG, and once they got their MOG, they never play again. So maybe another reward for the ending of the ranking, and that will keep the players playing, right? Like World of Warcraft, if there was only 2,400, so in order to get the Glamour, you need to get 2,400 now and 50 wins. Back then, it was like 0.1% only. But they still give out titles, 0.01%. I know they have titles in FF too, but yeah, they need to work on the reward so that people keep playing throughout. You know what I mean? Do you see Mythic Plus dungeons? You can see in game now. Mythic Plus dungeons, what do you mean? In WoW or FF? Yeah, Savix only did MSQ. It's like all of he did was raid WoW, but didn't touch Mythic Plus, PvP, Mage Tower, etc. I did in FF. I think I did most of it. I think Mage Tower is kind of like Necromancer Challenge or Heaven on High. I've done PvP. I got to Crystal, the max rank. I've done all the dungeons. I've cleared Uwu, Ukop, and DSR. I think I pretty much did everything I can in FF. Didn't do Relic. I did a little bit of Bozja. I forgot the other one as well. I went there to level up a lot. But you guys know me, I'm not like a really mount collector. I like fighting for numbers. That's why I liked PvP when it first came out. I loved it. If they had mythic with scores, could have kept playing, man. I did the Mandeville village story, man. I did the Mandeville. You love rated stuff? I'm telling you, man. Rated stuff keeps you going. You can disagree with me all you want, but even in phone games, people do the PvP mode or war mode, and then they want to be like top 3 or top 5 or top 10, and they swipe to get to that top, right? Same thing in Genshin. Is there no leaderboard in Genshin? Mal plays Genshin, that's how I'm bringing up Genshin. Well, people are competitive, right? People are competitive, and if they get to a number they're satisfied with, they're happy. It gives you serotonin. Is it serotonin, the happiness stuff? That's why in WoW, like the PvP numbers and IO numbers, even parsing. Parsing is big in FF. I know they're gonna say no about it, but all the raiders I play with, they stroke their cock looking at parses, okay? So these numbers definitely give people happiness. Something to grind for. If there's no numbers, there's nothing to grind for, right? Mike is funny again. I know. Anyways, let's finish this video. I think competitive scenes are very important in a game.
For the criterion Savage for was the rewards, and some people had suggested, oh well, maybe this could have been an opportunity for them to add some more interesting
Zepla
like
merch
upgrades for people through that,
like that
more
one.
difficult content, like maybe even just for right side accessories. I heard some people suggesting like ways to spice this up a bit more outside of just like, you know, in general.
No, parses is a different topic though. I definitely felt a little bit of toxicity coming out from parsing in a FF. Yeah, parsing it's a dangerous thing, but it adds in competitive.
People didn't seem to care very much for the mount, and they felt like it wasn't rewarding enough of the time spent and the effort spent. And so I feel
Definitely
like
makes you
it's
try
sort
harder.
of an issue that FF has to look at. Like, how do we motivate players to do the content without making them feel like it's a FOMO, right? Maybe they should take some lessons from Guild Wars and look at the way Guild Wars does the horizontal progression. Because if they want to keep the itemization structure very strict, like it is right now and very structured, then maybe horizontal progression might be a better path to take forward. Not wanting to copy what WoW does, not wanting people to feel like they're
What the heck does
we need to
Gagey
do
mean?
this, and that.
Don't
but
worry
giving
about
them
it.
maybe different options for different play styles and things, different like
Maul,
fun stuff.
am I still in
unlocking
the
for them,
section?
even different modes of
Get
travel.
me out,
unlocking
Maul!
for
What
them.
the hell?
It's like sort of a. They need to add something just to spice things up in terms of the feeling of progression that anybody can quickly get, not necessarily from raiding, but from all kinds of different new content in the game.
No Cove, I never ERP'd, dude. I'm afraid. Didn't you force me to ERP as well? No, I didn't. That is bullshit, dude. Afraid to become one with the cat girl. I will say, dude, their cat girl, bunny girl, they're super hot, man. But, dude, why is she reacting to that? What are we? I'm like talking to chat. I can't, man. I know that behind. Chat, oh no. Oh no, I remember what I said after. Oh no, dude.
Did Savix do every else? He did clear Dragon Song.
I did everything except for T. I think I could do T confidently, but I didn't want to put more time into raiding.
Ultimates. I don't know about the other ultimates that he's done. Every extreme, every savage. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
Tell him, chat.
Saying
Tell
like
him.
the game has 20,000 hours of
Where's my
content.
backup? Definitely. Were you in there? Sorry, were you in there? Tell her.
There's a ton of like ultimates, extremes, and savages to do.
Dude, I don't want her to hear the next part I say, man.
But a lot of people won't be interested in doing past extremes or past savages.
I actually did them a lot. What is that thing, chat, where you scale yourself lower? I did it in that mode. All the other content raids, because chat wanted to see me suffer. So I did do all the content. I did play like a year or two, right? And I'm a streamer, so I played every day. So
I think he does actually mention Criterion in this video.
computer.
And the thing is that, yeah, there is a lot of stuff out there, but then there's the question of what's going to catch someone's eye.
No, she's not talking
what
bad
are they
about
going to
me.
personally be interested in putting their time into, and like what's going to motivate them to do that? Will the rewards be appealing for them? Because some people are just not interested in doing something if it doesn't have like a decent reward. And I kind of am in that category. Like, I'm not the type of person, like, I don't really enjoy doing minimum item level runs of content just for the experience of doing it. I prefer to do something that's going to give me something cool at the end. Like T, I did because I thought the weapon was really pretty.
Weapon's pretty.
But if the weapon wasn't really pretty, I probably wouldn't have done it. For me, it was about the glam at the end of the day. And I just can't really be bothered to do the minimum item level stuff if there's not a good reward attached to it. Or even like the Criterion Savage, I didn't think the rewards were that interesting for me.
What is realization?
So for me, that wasn't enough to push me to do that very much. Because it's pretty significant amount of effort and time. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. There's
actually,
never
she
gonna
like paused it when I was getting to it, so maybe it'll just walk off.
Like,
you know
a
what
type
I mean?
of content that every single person is going to want to do. It is going to be subjective at the end of the day as well. In general, though, I feel like what FF does tends to work more or less. Like, their philosophy.
FF is a good game. Their looting system is the most fair, but I don't think it should be fair, so that people stick a lot longer to play the game. It really is like that. Yeah, raiding content too. I feel like the raiding content for the raid streamer, their content dies out fast. But in WoW, people still watch everyone raid every week for that last boss loot, or a boss that drops something super, super wicked, right? Like I said, Payo's a great example. People watch and farm Thunder Fury for like 10 million years because they want to see that epic loot drop. You want me to go to FF section right now and show you the raiders? It's like, not to be toxic, but the view count from when the raid first comes out to now is just significantly different, right? The first month it pops off, of course, but as it goes off, it kind of dies down. Whereas if you watch Payo or Joker D run next for the 20th millionth time, there will still be people trying to watch that epic drop at the last boss. Like I said, FF has the most fair loot. Like, their way of looting system, they gear up fast. When I saw someone on Twitter complaining about FFXIV loot system, I was like, what is this guy on about? You can literally run it so many times. You can collect books and you can trade in gear, while the drop is like 2%, 10%, 5%. So it's significantly harder to gear or get your best in slots, but it adds in the hype on the loot and it makes the people interested in viewing it, right? But it's the same for WoW. Why would you watch in your own raid? Dude, there's a lot of people raid. You have no idea. Raiding is more popular than PvP, my friend. I don't know what game you come from. You come from Star Wars because I see your profile picture. Star Wars Old Republic. Raiding is a lot of fun. Right, raiding is a lot of fun for the person that's playing it. But for the viewers to watch, it can kind of get repetitive, right? Like when I stream Nax for the 20 millionth time, I feel bad for you guys. But there's that loot excitement. Like, I will actually go watch Guzu and be like, oh shit, is Betrayal of Humanity gonna drop? The rare best in slot axe, is that gonna drop? Like, everyone goes and see, is the axe gonna drop, right? Or is the mount gonna drop? Is Pegasus gonna drop? Like, they go and see that. Where in FF, the mount is 100% drop when you kill the last boss of the Savage. And there is no, like, loot excitement. Only for the first month, like I said. Only for the first month. King Mel, thank you for the 58 month. I appreciate it, man.
58 months,
thank
Savix. Almost 5 years, Pog.
Almost 5 year, man. That's only from the streamer perspective. Players will mod I need you to like no troll, be on my side, base ed mod. I know you're trying to farm content and farm like comments, but I do my roles always. I never reserve. I always roll it out. I always roll it out. You know me, man. I don't reserve shit. BOH rare, we get it. Often goes OS, dying curse, nothing. Retail rating has fallen off crazy every rating tier. Okay, let's just watch this video before we scander off into the wild.
Philosophy and their strategy.
But what I say is correct about the loot. If they want to keep players from playing it and watching, they should add a little bit of spice into the loot.
Does seem to work for the most part, where you play for the patch, you get hyped on all the patch content, you do maybe do a savage tier, maybe do the Lion's race till you get all the glam from it, and then you can take a little break if you want. Like, that's the way that I've been approaching it.
I do miss FF chat. I don't hate the game, don't get the wrong idea. I just ran out of stuff to do. I don't hate it. And people always bring up saying, oh, Yoshi P wants you to take breaks from the game. But I think that's a flawed system, because if I love a game like I love WoW, I want to stay on that game forever, right? Just never log off and do stuff. FF players, there's a lot of players that want to like stay on and be on it forever, right? And they should have a little bit more biscuits to chew on.
I mean, I feel like I've said that in the past. I feel like I have said that.
Okay.
I think most recently I said it in regards to Island Sanctuary, because I really loved my Island Sanctuary. And I felt like after a certain point, I didn't have a lot of reasons to go back and keep doing it. Like, I could get all the mounts and minions and stuff. And I mean, yeah, I made my own personal goal of going back for my alligators. And so, like, I'm filling up my farm with alligators, and that's extended the duration of the content for me. But I mean, this makes sense to me. Yeah, you said.
Okay, she knows, Chad. She knows what I'm talking about. Subscribe and like, of course.
Not healthy to actually stay playing a game forever.
It's healthy. Don't tell me how to live my life. I'm just kidding. She's right, Chad. We should go out, meet our family, meet some friends. I like the game, though, you know? I like the game. Ma, don't stare at me, man. I know you stay on Genshin and stroking your massive PP all day in Genshin, okay? You know what I'm talking about, you gamers. You know what I'm talking about. If you love a game, you want to always stay on it and play it, right, chat? I love FFNY. I want to stay on it all the time, right?
Forever. Healthy.
It's like mom wants to go groceries. Mom, I don't want to go grocery. I want to ERP. Asmiko tea, please. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or not.
You know what I mean.
I think it's a way that MMO players, we're almost programmed to see things that way and to expect that. You said.
Yeah, she does make a good point, chat. We played MMO our whole life. I played MMO for 18 years now. World of Warcraft for 18 years. The guy that says this young person, bro, I'm probably older than you, man. I played MMO so long, so this is my lifestyle. I like to stay on and play, chat. I love Savix. I want to play with them all the time. I love you too, Ragnar.
Does FFXIV have Mythic Plus now? I heard there was some new mode. It's not Mythic Plus. It's Criterion and Criterion Savage.
Okay.
And it's pretty fun. Like, I did it. But people, it's not exactly like a long-term.
Yeah, it's not long term. You just do it and it's over, right?
Like, it doesn't seem to be that popular right now, because I guess the people that wanted to get their mount already did, and it's just not something that people are going back and doing every day, as far as I can tell. I'm sure there's still a couple people.
They need to make something like that. Remember what I said about the old dungeon? Revamp it, recycle your dungeons. You guys have a bunch of good dungeons, or even Savage raids. I don't know, man. Something.
Still around doing it,
or raiders to nibble on.
The general community feedback,
and it's not like hard as ultimates, right? It's like WoW mythic raiding versus mythic dungeons. The complexity is like differentiated, right? I mean, obviously as key goes higher, it's definitely challenging, but you do the keys you're comfortable with, and that'll be very good for FF.
That I heard about it was that the rewards weren't enough to keep people going.
Exactly, Mom. I just couldn't find that biscuit to chew on.
Yeah, it's not like
And
Mythic
then whenever
Plus.
I bring that up, they're like, "Oh, Yoshi P doesn't want you to play this game forever, so go play different games and come back later." But I don't want to come back later. I want to keep playing and do fun stuff there. I did see them try to add Mythic Plus stuff, but I heard the rewards are not that good.
Yeah.
So people stopped doing them. Okay. I just want something to chew on. If they have something to chew on that I like, first they need to get rid of the lag stuff in PvP. There's you shut up, Savix. Holy moly. It's like delays. I don't think that's
She's like, what the fuck?
ever happening.
Okay.
I
So basically, he
Okay.
stopped playing it for now because he really loves it and he wants to keep playing it.
Yes.
So he's just waiting for stuff to pop up that he can do again, which is how, like, honestly, a shitload of players have that attitude towards the game. So I don't necessarily know if I would
Is
say
that a peepo in the back chat? What is that? I've been bothered by it. That looks like a peepo. Is that actually a peepo? Oh shit, that's cool.
it's like, I'm quitting video. I don't think it's that. He's just like explaining why he's not playing it right now. There's tons to do in FF14, but there might not be a lot to do that someone personally wants to do. But I don't think that's a fixable problem. There will always be someone who doesn't want to do certain content. I mean, that's true. There is always going to be people that are not interested on what's on offer. But I do feel like this is sort of a recurring thing that I've heard, and it's sort of something that, like,
It's definitely something FF should work on. I can't be the only one that felt this, right? I know a lot of friends that felt this. I mean, look at half of you guys in my chat. You guys all played FF. And you guys stopped because you guys beat the content, right?
like I said at the beginning, I feel it too. Like, but I'm
Thank you, Zepla.
just at peace with approaching the game in a really casual way for long stretches. And then at other times when there's more to do that I'm interested in, by the way, just to clarify, then I'll go a lot harder on it. But it's just, I've learned to go with the flow of the way that it waxes and wanes. Like, sometimes the tide is high, sometimes
She's like me. She accepted the way red paladins are. I accepted how red paladins are. I want to change this, but we're not getting it, so I accept it.
the tide is low, and I just sort of adjust the way that I play according to that. And maybe if I have more time to do other stuff, then I'll go play another game. It is sort of the spectrum, right, between a game that doesn't really force you to do anything and is extremely low pressure, and it's up to you to set all of your own goals, and that's perfect for a lot of people. It's like not asking a whole lot of you. It's something that's generally really loved about FFXIV. But then on the other extreme, you can have a situation where the game is like really aggressive.
The cam makes you look depressed? Really? You think so? Chat, is the new camera angle bad?
Aggressively forcing you into all kinds of stuff and like FOMO shit, not respecting your time at all. And it can get to the point where like you feel like you have to do this, this, and this, or you're gonna fall behind. Like, you won't be able to keep up because if you don't do what the game tells you to do,
You like
then you're
it? Thank you.
not gonna be able to do any kind of content that you want. So like, there's these two extremes, and I feel like with Dragonflight, I'm more interested in it because, wow, they've said that they want to move like away from that, like closer this way. I feel like somewhere in the middle is probably the place to be, and WoW will probably be always a little bit towards the right side. I mean, like in this direction. And Final Fantasy will always be more on the left side. So I guess what we're really discussing is like how much further in does Final Fantasy
phone
need
call.
to get. They tried to fix that lull with the Criterion stuff, but they failed.
Wait, there's this many comments in the video? FF is a rare MMO that has clear finish line that you can reach at reasonable time and effort. A lot of newcomers to FFXIV binge what mattered to them, but they're missing one thing, and I find myself took a while to figure out. Rather than limiting yourself to finite activities you're comfortable with, more open to other forms of activities like sucking dicks and ERPing. FFXIV allows you to explore as Indeed, there are raids, but going to crafting and gathering. There are a whole another type of things you can accomplish in those activities. Try Blue Mage. Go for rare mounts by forming Blue Mage raid. Go to housing and farming. Dude, I've done all of this, chat. I've done all of this. I literally have infinite content of me going to other people's houses and robbing them. Okay, I didn't rob them, but I do like house reviews, transmog reviews. I leveled up my Blue Mage to max. Crafting, I just can't get into it. It's just like, and then a lot of them don't even do an organic. They just press one macro and they're like whacking it without touching their PP, and then they come back, right? I could point a lot of fingers in my chat who did that. The AFK just farm potions. I mean, I haven't played FF over a month. I only play whenever new story is added. Savix, like most content creators, haven't stopped playing. There are a break. Yeah, I don't take break. I just keep playing, right? So I end up doing everything. If they had Mythic Plus, man, I swear FFPV players would love that. I've talked to a lot of rating people during DSR, and they would love that type of content. While I would love for there to be endless content that made me want to play every day, I'm thankful I can take breaks for a few months at a time. For better or worse, the game does make you leave before you're burnt out. Did you never get burnt out? You never get burnt out. Cebu seems to be more concerned not to burn their players out, regard if they're subbed or not. They absolutely can make... Chad, remind me to unsub, by the way. I'm still subbed. I did the 6-month plan or 3-month plan, and I don't even play. I'm losing. I'm losing, man. I went to cancel my sub, and they were down maintenance on their website, and I couldn't cancel.
It took, like, honestly, the Criterion stuff, I have never, I think in all my time playing Final Fantasy, I don't think I've ever seen a new piece of content lose popularity so fast. Like, it was, like, a week later, nobody was talking about it anymore.
Yes, Batman.
Even maybe days later, nobody was really talking about it anymore. In fact, when I logged in for the patch, I found out, like, by the time I logged in on patch day, I found out that Mike, like from Preach Gaming, he already had his cell key mount from the variant dungeon. When I logged in that day on patch day, starting the stream, so people were like, "Oh yeah, Mike, he's already got his cell key." So he was already done with it in hours after. And he said that he was not even. I told him that, and he said that he wasn't rushing it at all. I wish that there were more reasons to get people to keep doing something for a longer period of time, but it's a thing that I've been complaining about that, and I've been bringing that up for like years now. Like, they do it with pretty much every new piece of content that there is. There's always the same opinions about it from people that want to sink their teeth into the content for longer. You could say it with Island Sanctuary, with like people wanted more reasons to stick around and sink their teeth into that and find more reasons.
Yo, shout out to Maul for milking me out for like 2 more hours. I was about to go eat and leave, but dude, Maul links me this video. It was a great video by Zepla. God, you look good, Savix. Thank you, man. You trying to kiss or something? I get some PvP content, and wow, probably on Friday I will do some more PvP. I've been taking a break from PvP, but I'll return in Dragonflight for sure. Let's finish this up, read some comment, and we'll call it a day. Okay, gentlemen?
To keep going back for like weeks, months later. People said it with the Unreal Trials, where when they first released it, people were like, oh, well, people are just going to go in, they're going to get their loot, or they'll buy the loot from the market board that you can buy from the faux leaves, and then they're not going to do it anymore. They did it with PvP when they released new PvP rewards. Everybody was like, well,
everybody just grabbed the mog and they never play again. They need to do a better job at that.
well, everyone's just going to get their PvP rewards from, like, I think the first time that I did it, I got all the rewards within a week or two.
Yeah, after 1 week, it went down.
And then I was good. I got everything I wanted. So I was good on that.
Then you just, it's hard to balance, right? I like casual stuff. I think casual approach is the best approach people could make, but they need to like milk it out a little longer.
So like, I mean,
I'm not an elitist that only want like, kind of like WoW Raiders. They want only the top 2% to matter and balance the game around that, but I'm not with that, right? That's why I said classic WoW ranking system was really good too, because it's casual. Everyone could jump in and do it. I mean, you need to spend a lot of time, but everyone can do it. Whereas in arena, you need to find a partner, schedule an appointment, when to play. You need a healer and a DPS. Too much work, right? Casual approach is the best you could do. That's why solo queue is fantastic. They add a solo queue, it's gonna be amazing. If they fix the MMR system, of course. Not everyone can get high warlord. Right. But they can jump in and just rank, right? Everyone can just go in and rank. He's a multi-glad. Of course he's elitist. I'm joking, by the way. I agree with everything Savix is saying. Legion PvP is very casual friendly. Yeah, I think casual friendly is very good for game. But you gotta balance that out well, right? I think FF is way too casual friendly. That's why people get mad if there's an elitist, right? But they gotta do that better so more people stay and play. FF can stand to milk the players. Dude, FF players getting milked. They should love it. Imagine if FF milked their players more, we could have cheaper Fantasias. Yeah. Should be easy level of entry, but high ceiling. Let's finish the video, shall we?
rewards are important. The rewards really do. I think they really do matter.
They matter.
I mean, there's a lot to be said for people wanting to do the content because it's fun. And there's content in this game that I will absolutely always do because it's fun. And that is like BA, Goddess and Arsenal. I'm always going to be there for that. I don't care.
Can
like,
you reset the video I just got
I'll
here?
always do it because it's fun. That's all well and good.
Yeah, let's rewind.
But you also need, like, I think more ways to incentivize your players in the long term without making them feel like they have to. You know, just a little bit more. It's a little bit of something, a little bit of biscuits to chew on, as Savix said. I think it's
yes.
Fair. I think it's fair to ask for that. And to
yes,
like that.
She agrees with me. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. It'll be nice. Like she said, it doesn't have to be forced upon. It's if you enjoy PvP or if you enjoy PvE, if you enjoy pet battle, like add a little more. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, just a little bone I could chew on, like a tiny bone. Tiny bone. This is a young person problem. Bro, I'm old as fuck, man. The older I get, I want less content. Coming home and being free to cook dinner and relax and do adult thing without the feeling, oh my god, I have to log in or I'm falling behind. No, that is not what I'm asking for. This is like wrong, right? I'm not asking for this. This you feel in Lost Ark. If you don't do your homework, you fucking miss out hard on your honing. I'm talking about things such as arenas where I can grind for points. And at the end of the season, you can get like mounts, titles, etc., transmogs, everything. And Mythic IO, where I'm just grinding for Mythic key score, right? This isn't, if I don't do this, I'm not like falling behind, right? This is just a choice of staying on the game and playing. It's a good thing, and some sweaty gamers will come to appreciate the older they get. I agree and disagree. I hate endless grind inherently affect the gameplay. I love things like Fate Gemstone, a PvP Battle Pass. The thing I like Battle Passes too. It gives me something to chew on. Fortnite, I know you guys hate Fortnite, but Fortnite Battle Passes, they give you a new set of homework like every week. I liked that. And if you do that, they give you like a piece of glove, piece of pants, piece of boots. And at the end of the whole month, they give you all the set item, right? Battle passes, I like that system. It was fun. They have quests like get 3 headshots with pistol, go to Tilted Tower and suck some PP, things like that, right? WoW could do the same. Go to Warsong Gulch, kill 3 orc mages, or kill someone with your top off, so your Giga Chad, showing off your chest, manly chest, something like that, right? I like the battle pass stuff. It really keeps you interested in the game, and do the thing so you get rewarded with a piece of cosmetic item. Things that let me grind for long term, put the reward with guarantee and not RNG pathing. I adore getting non-gearing currency from my daily roulette that I could slowly save up for titles, mount, pet, etc. I wish late game activity had more things like this. I had the opposite problem. As a casual, I ran out of things to do at endgame and WoW. In FF, I've been working on cap job, every job. And WoW, capping one of every class is fairly easy, certain bonus XP event. As far as running old content, FF is better for me because there's no lockout in. And while I stopped playing BFA in Shadowland, I quit for 9 years in Wrath of the Lich King. I always hit a wall in WoW. FFXIV manages to find a lot of casual stuff that's not criticized. Savix, he's a good dude. He has invested so much time in WoW. It's not surprising he goes back for the new X-Pack. Dude, I love the FF. I have a lot of clips where I don't want to go back to WoW. If FF was good, I would not return. That is a fact. It's kind of like how people are playing Wrath of the Lich King. They don't like the new retail WoW, so they stay with Wrath, right? I think if the game was good enough, I would have stayed. Same as like half the people in my chat that was playing FF, now they're not, right? I don't know what he's doing in FF though. He said he ran into things in WoW, but I mean, you know what? Zepla agreed with me at the end of the day, chat. I literally cannot conceive of way to find time to do everything there is to do in FF. Unless I don't have a job or responsibilities, people are burning themselves out for the sake of the point. Sad game. There's nothing to do. Huh. What are they doing? Are they like ERPing? FF is not stream friendly, to be honest. Yeah, FF stream section is kind of, you know, I won't say it. I won't say it, but they have a life, man, wife and kids. I know. I mean, we have a lot of people that have wife and kids that play games too. I made the point too earlier where people have jobs. Yes, but the people I did all my Savages and DSR with, they all worked home. And I say, yo, can you play at 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.? And they're, yeah. But I'm going to have to AFK between. And then we're raiding and he's like, yo, after this pool, I got to take a phone call from my manager real fast. And they're like, okay, I'm back. 5 minutes later, we just game, right?
Wow.
People that play MMOs, they have no lives, chat. People that play MMO, okay, some of them have life, but most of the MMO players, they have no life. People that have a life, they play like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, Overwatch, where they don't have to grind for stuff. They come home, crack a cold one, and they just play a little bit until their wife calls them to bed, put it down, go to sleep with the wife, right? And it's not even about that, chat. It's not even about that. Like, moving on from all of that, I just couldn't find the end game content. Is what I wanted to say. I just couldn't. End game content for Lost Ark, for World of Warcraft, and FFXIV. I would like to say majority of the player will say raiding or PvP. Correct? We all agree on that? Then they need to do a good job of feeding the people little biscuits and bones so that we can keep PvPing or keep PvEing. Like WoW, Mythic Plus, they have raids, PvP Arena, RPGs, right? Lost Ark, PvP's kind of dead, kind of like FF, but I think Lost Ark PvP has a big skill cap. And people find that difficult to enter. They get CC'd all day and it's not fun for them, right? Which I could understand. So it's not that popular. PvE content, amazing. Super, super good. FF, they have PvE content. I love FF PvE content. I thought the raids were amazing. Music's good too. Like, I'm not shitting on FF. I just feel like they could have added Mythic Plus and that would have kept me going, right? PvP, I just couldn't get into. I loved it like for a month until the hackers, cheaters, auto polymorphers, win traders, they killed it for me. What is this? I gotta go soon, man. How hours spent playing video games per week by age group? 2018, 2019, 26 to 35. Okay. I mean, if I look at my demographics on YouTube, I don't have any 13 to like 17 viewer. Maybe like 1%. And everyone's just old fossils. I have this much. This is the most I have. All the old fossils, World of Warcraft, 99% male, 1% female. And they're all old. I don't have any kid viewers. That's why when people like meme on people say your viewers are all kids. Dude, my viewers are not kids. They're all full grown adults. Yeah. Like Roblox, you could say their community is like full of kids, right? I'm only 12. Frick, there's no way you're 12. You're probably like 25, 26 around that area. There's no way, dude. People say XIV has no end game. The end game has insane amount of content, but the people that never chase ending player power or gear, the game doesn't provide that. It doesn't have to be power, right? It could be just numbers we chase for, like bronze, silver, gold, or IO score like 3K, 2K. Most of the content games are trivial because they're either for personal achievements and fun. Some people love farming logs and raids. Some people like doing endless POTD. Some people do RP and decorate, etc. For a person with a mindset focused on character progression, I can understand why this game isn't made with endless grind in mind to watch just fine. I'm not asking for mindless grind. Maybe I should clarify that, man. I think a lot of the comments are saying for player progression like grind. I'm not looking for what Lost Ark has. Lost Ark, you can pretty much infinitely upgrade your gear, right? That's not what I'm looking for. Funny, 8 years in and still finding stuff I need to get done. Okay. Let's normalize stepping away from FFXIV or any game between big content patches. In a business perspective of FFXIV, I don't think, let's be real, I don't think they would want people to walk away from their game, right? When they say we're not adding content so people could walk away and play other games and come back, that is bullshit. Every game developer would want people to play their games. At least for me. Unless it's a story game like Legend of Zelda, you beat it once and you're done. Or like Final Fantasy VII. Great story, beat it once, right? No, I'm not asking for like Omega AP grind or honing grind like in WoW or Lost Ark. There's always gonna be kind of drama, stream one game Andes, and isn't the reason why I always step away from WoW in the first place. Let's face it, many streamers experience viewership growth during MSQ story-related content because their content just most viewer would really watch. However, battle content like extremes and raids don't really get much viewer outside of the respective story element. Unless you like preach, you can find success in RP elements. My RP streams were fantastic. We had like 1,000 viewer. I opened restaurants. We had great time. Am I right, chat? Sometimes they're saying lack of content is lack of streamable content. This isn't really lack of content for average player. I can probably add as this. I've been playing since 2004. Savix has barely even playing for a year and has nothing to do. It's not the sign that the content is lacking, but the content you want to consume and devour too quickly. I think that's the right way. I could agree with that. I devoured the content way too fast. He's not unique in the mindset. It's not unnecessarily a wrong thing either. Is Skyrim lacking in content just because you didn't main the story? Maybe one of the guild quest line. Minecraft still, you build your own shelter. Right, Minecraft's a great example. Like you can nibble on building your own town, etc. forever, right? I just wanted some Mythic Plus and some good ass PvP reward to keep the player interested in FF. That's what I'm asking for. I don't think that hurts the game at all. I don't think it does. I think it's healthier for the game, and for the people that love the game, it gives them something to do, right? I love you, Savix. Let me suck your dude. You always chat. This guy comes into my chat, says the same thing all the time. Look at this. November 22, Savix, I love you. Let me suck your dick. November 3rd, I love you, Savix. Let me suck your I swear to God, this guy turns on his computer. He's like, is Savix on today? Oh shit, he's on. Let me ask him if I can suck his dick. Dude, every day, man. Every day. Dude, one point I'm probably gonna let him suck my dick because he asks me every day, man. I don't know. He's pretty persistent. He's pretty persistent. I gotta give him that. Sometimes the lack of content is the lack of content you want to do. I'm currently on a break playing Divinity 2. I don't want to level my jobs, craft, hunt, club, etc. The problem with this 1% chance for old mount, the weekly lockout WoW is not respecting my time, so I'm not bothering with it. I think the game current and well-designed content, no matter how brief, is better than watered-down system. Tries to do something. Dude, the only time in my life I can't have 2 games beside my computer, physically hold 2 games at once, with a streamer constantly having to say I can't play this game anymore, lol. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, chat. It's pretty much the same thing. No, I feel like this is a false... Sounds like content creator issue where people who play the game all day as a job to create content, there's just WoW players realizing difference in design philosophy WoW and FF. Am I asking for a lot when I ask for Mythic Pluses and, you know, better PvP reward? It's good for the game. It's good for the game, man. I honestly love to talk to Savix about, because we started playing FF at the same time. We were both hardcore. If you want to play a game that respects your time, it's LA. Okay, they don't know what LA has, man. I hate that FF forces me to do things I don't like going out on weekends, joining board game groups, or catching up with friends. I wish there were more content in the game so we stayed longer and spent more time with friends in game. True and real. I'm not a fan of him saying he did everything possible. He did everything that appealed to him. That's okay. That's enough for them to move on during the wait. I think with 14's more personal random challenges, I decided to craft all leaves without using the market board. What the fuck? That's like torturing Vivi. Probably a body type 2, right? Leveled up without the market board? That's like torturing yourself, no? I honestly don't think he did everything, only the end game, because he has the end game content is only mentality. To be fair, I did all the savages. I said it earlier. I downgraded myself because chat wants to see me suffer and die. Did a bunch of blind progs as well. Zepla, she only does content that can reward her. Challenge. Has Savix done the older ultimate? Probably not. I'm actually going to reply to him. Hi. Add them. I've done all the savages. And all the old teammates. Even in... What is that mode, chat, where you like put yourself in that level, that shoe, and you don't use that eye level? Is it Echo? Is it Echo? Savages and old ultimate synced. What's the right word? Without Echo? Min eye level. Min eye level. Min eye level included. So chat can farm me for content. Dying over and over again. I've done it all. I even spent 1 month in POTD. What else, chat? What else? What else, man? A 5 month? Was it 5 months? 5 months? No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months, baby. I just wish it would have something similar to Mythic Plus keys, so I can have something to nibble on. You feel me? Fulcrum, come in. Yeah, yo, the gang. How's that, chat? Is that a good comment? Poor Adam about to get Savix. Okay, sorry. Y'all feel me? I don't think it would hurt the game. Instead, give a lot of players content, especially people that love PvE content. I don't think anything negative comes out of it. Hi, Adam. I've done all the Savages and all the Ultimates, Midnight level included, so chat can farm me for content, dying over and over again. I've done it all. I haven't spent 2 months in POTD. I just wish it would have something similar to Mythic Plus keys, so I can have something to nibble on. I don't think it would hurt the game. Instead, give a lot of players content, especially people that love this game. Smiley face. Bam. Yeah, that's it, chat. I'm gonna go. I reacted to this way too long. Dude, this was actually fun. Great Zepla video. Thank you for the content, Zepla.